Hey, welcome back to Hype Lounge number 5. Wow, it feels really good to say that. I'm not going to lie. It feels
Podcast
really
number
great to say
5.
number 5 because it's been, 2 weeks since our last episode because we had Hurricane Ian.
Yeah, Ian came through
Ian
and
came through and he did not,
he damaged us. He rummaged
he
through our
did
town.
not do a very good job.
He didn't hold back at all, that's for sure.
No. So,
And messed some things up at
yeah,
work. And
we're going to send our thoughts and positive vibes to the people that were down south farther than we live in Sarasota, like the Fort Myers area, Venice,
yeah.
Northport, because they were impacted way more. I mean, Sarasota had damage, of course, and we lost power and we had small parts flooding, but they definitely got worse and they're still dealing with it 2 weeks later. So
Yeah, Sanibel Island got destroyed.
yeah,
So that's not good.
just want to let people know that we are thinking about them and, the things that we've done and trying to help somewhat. Because, I mean, I helped out a little bit, like, around my neighborhood and some places in Sarasota, but obviously I couldn't go down there by myself. And honestly, I didn't have the time as well, which sucks, to say. But I had my work, my child, my family, to help out too, so...
Yeah, we definitely send our best regards to everybody that
Yeah, so
is still going through,
just
the repercussions from
just want to talk
Hurricane
about
Ian.
that because we live in Sarasota, so we were definitely impacted by that.
Yeah, we got thrashed. But we made it through.
Yeah, we made it through. Cannot complain in the slightest. People got it way worse, and honestly, everyone was impacted. So everyone should be trying to come together right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to talk about that real quick before we get into it. Which today's episode, we're going to be talking about 3 weeks worth of Supreme. My goodness,
We got a lot
3
of catching
weeks.
up to do.
Crazy. I mean, I think this is pretty much the whole episode. I mean, we're going to try and squeeze in some cactus plant flea market. Just talking about we're going to talk more in depth about it because in the brands episode, we just it was more of a general general outline of it.
Yeah.
Which was still great because, I mean, we definitely, we talked about 5 streetwear brands in that episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was great. And we're going to talk a little about the person who created it back in 2015, which was Cynthia Liu. But when we get to that part, we'll talk about it more in depth. But yeah, so we'll talk about week 5 of Supreme, which was the Gremlin release, which came out, which you saw multiple Gremlin designs on a hockey jersey, skateboards, and...
Was there a T-shirt with Gremlins on it?
I don't think so.
Hockey jerseys.
I know the hockey jersey for sure, and the two skate decks. Hoodies, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
hoodies.
I couldn't think of it. It lapsed my mind for a second. So after reading on Reddit, which I usually do after the release, because I'm on a Reddit forum group on there about Supreme and their general releases every week, and people did not like the green Gremlin, which I can't remember the name. I never really cared about Gremlins, but Gremlins is cool because my dog is named Gizmo. So
Gizmo.
yeah, my parents named him that, and we agreed on it. Me and my 2 sisters agreed on it, but they knew the reference more than we did because I didn't grow up watching Gremlins. I know about Gremlins, but I've never sat down and actually watched an episode. I know you're not supposed to feed them after midnight. I know that.
I've seen very few episodes of that.
Was it a series or was it movies?
I think it was a movie or a few movies.
Okay, because I've never seen a single movie. I just know you're not supposed to feed them after midnight. That's all I know.
I don't know much about
and I think that's
either.
the biggest thing. That's the most standout thing of Gremlins.
They get vicious if you feed them after midnight.
Yeah, turn killer or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't
can't
know.
do that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, my dog Gizmo hasn't yet, but
yeah, but he doesn't. He's asleep after midnight.
Yeah, so we're good there.
We haven't figured that out yet.
I mean, that release was kind of cool. It was kind of lackluster going after week 4, but
Yeah.
Was that the same week as the nail polish or no? I can't remember.
No.
No, was the nail
What,
polish
week
before
5
that?
or week 4?
Week 5. Did that have nail polish on it?
No. Because you got the nail polish, right?
I did get the nail polish.
Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah,
that
no,
was
okay,
week
yeah,
4,
no,
I think,
no. Week
or
5
3.
had the pins, which were really cool. Which I like when they do pins. The pins are really cool. They're something really easy to collect, and they're super cheap.
Yeah.
They're like $8.
Are they, are those pins or those cufflinks?
They're actually pins. Like they're
Pins.
straight up pins.
Oh, yeah.
So, other than that, nothing else really stood out in that week 5. Just the deck. Oh, the mod tee. The Maud tee, Maudet. It's got the picture of the butt. That's a really fire shirt.
But sure.
Yeah, no, it's actually really fire. I was again, I was looking on Reddit, and some people had some really fire fits. It was mostly girls though that liked the tee.
Oh, really?
It's more of it's definitely more of like a guy would wear it. Obviously, you could style it really well, but I think it goes better on females.
Yeah.
I don't know,
When a guy
girls
wears
who
it,
are
he
into
looks like an
sneakers.
ass chest.
Well, girls who are into sneakers, I don't know. They're really trendy. They can pull some fits together.
Oh, yeah.
They get like, especially when they're wearing dunks, like, and some nice pants and like, a shirt and then like a jacket of some sort or like a flannel or something like that. They can pull it off really well.
Yeah. Women look better in a t-shirt than men.
I mean, a lot of times you could definitely say that. But yeah, I mean, other than that, nothing really stood out in that week. I like the Supreme Iraq art tee. That was cool. But again, it was just your normal week.
The cast tee, yeah.
Yeah, it was just your normal week. No good accessories other than the pins, which are really cool, especially people who have really nice pin collections. I've seen some really nice pin collections. And it blows most collectibles out of the water because of how many pins Supreme actually releases and how often they change from season to season, especially like the old pins. They're just like, there are rare pieces, but there are also like really rare accessories that people don't talk about it because like they just either don't know or like they're just that rare, But like the thing about the rareness is that like they don't go like they're not like crazy. We're not talking pins that are selling for like, and maybe there are pins out there that sell for thousands of dollars. But I mean, we're talking pins that are like they're like $50, $60, $70, but you bought them for like $8, so it's like it's great, but
yeah, that's a bigger
pins can be like are so easily collected that you can just have like thousands.
Yeah.
Of pins and be like, oh, okay, I only spent like $1,000,
on the whole collection.
Yeah, but like the collection be worth like $3,000 all together. You have like, say you have like 300 something pins.
So because you have so many of them.
Yeah, you either traded like you traded stuff for the pins and you got like a lot of pins in one go and like. Yeah. You just have been collecting them. And it's really cool. I've seen some really gnarly collections.
Yeah,
and it kind of just makes me sad because I really wish I could go back in time and between like the era of like not when Supreme started because that would be too easy to go back and be like, oh, now everything I know, I'm gonna buy this, and this. But like go back and like actually look at the pieces and like and not go for like the box logo. Like no, like go for things that people would actually wear today and would be able to wear that aren't like crazy, but like they're that like kind of like low key like oh my goodness.
Yeah, and they come around every once in a while.
Yeah, not like a box logo
standard.
because like I'm not gonna say box logos are plain because I love box logos, but I feel like that's what everyone's first thought was Supreme. Because like they're like, oh, box logo this that but like there are so many underrated pieces in Supreme in general that really blow my mind away. Like, I mean, we talked about it, that trucker jacket, the painted New York hand painted trucker jacket.
Yeah,
I have never seen another one for sale. Like, and it blows my mind because that's only 2 years. we're only talking a few years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and like I've never seen another one for sale anywhere. And I mean, I've looked because I want the piece again, and of course I can go to StockX and buy it, but like that's an easy cop. I want to see it like actually for sale.
Yeah.
You know, at an event or like somewhere in person, be like, wow.
Yeah.
Like,
and touch it when you buy it.
Yeah, not have to wait 3 weeks and they open up the package and this and that, and like, you know, they could ruin it, they could do whatever, you know. But like to actually have it in hand would be incredible.
To walk out with it on your back.
Walk out with it on my back, like be able to look at it and like take a picture, and like I've never seen anyone wear it. But again, we live in Florida and it's hot. You know, so I'm sure someone in New York, maybe even LA, even though it's nicer in LA, the temperature is actually like nice. It's not 105 degrees on a Monday morning. You know, it's, you know, like 75,
jackets
80.
Here are pretty unnecessary.
Yeah, even during our winter months, it's still heavily unnecessary.
Yeah.
So like
it's like 85 degrees.
Like to be one of the only people in like maybe Florida, maybe someone else in Florida has it. I would have to guess. There's a lot of people living in Florida, but like maybe to be the only person in Sarasota with that jacket would be like insane.
Yeah,
be crazy. Just like, you know, because like it's not, honestly, and this sounds maybe entitled, I don't know, but it's only like $300 some.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like 1,000. It's not 2. It's like 350, 400.
Yeah.
Like, because I've looked, because I was like, I regret selling mine when I had it. Like, I saw it and I was just like, it took me a while to sell it. Because I was like, I don't know if I'll really want to sell it, you know?
You
and
sell
then I
it
did.
and you start to miss it.
Oh, I look at it like, I look at it at least 3 times a month. Like, to make sure it didn't go up too high to where I'm like, I don't want to pay that. But like, I look and I'm like, oh, okay, that's like still incredibly affordable.
Yeah. For
buying it brand new in the pack and then throwing it on like as soon as I get it, you know, and trying to find something. Cause like if I were to buy that, I'd have to make a whole outfit.
Yeah.
You know, cause like, I don't know what I'd wear with it. I'd have to like,
for that piece,
just for that piece, I'd have to make a whole outfit. It's not like I just put on a pair of basketball shorts, a shirt, and that. Like that would be,
no,
you know, it would not work.
Tacky.
I'd have to like, yeah, it'd be like, they're like, who taught you how to dress?
Yeah.
Well, didn't you hear? Hypebeasts don't know how to dress.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
Just use that excuse, even though like I'm not one of those people.
The goal is to dress as bad as possible.
Yeah, with the most expensive things.
So my great jacket stands out.
Yeah, like because it's a jean, like it's a trucker jacket, but it's like a jean jacket. Not really a jean jacket, but it's nicer than a jean jacket, obviously. But like it's hand painted with like New York and the Twin Towers. Like it's sick, so sick. But
yeah, that sounds dope.
Yeah, it's so dope. Like, when I start thinking, I'm like, I just want to like punch myself in the face. Yeah, because like it's one of those things where like, and we've talked about this on I think like the first or second episode, or even I think episode 1A we talked about it, and like it goes back to Supreme is more than box logos. They have a lot of good. Now like. I like this season, and I think this season will be one of the better ones in recent years. But, like, when you go back to, like, even, like, 2016, 2017, 2018, those pieces, like, there are some, like, low-key pieces that don't, like, they have resale, but, like, we're not talking thousands of dollars. We're talking, you know, a couple hundred, maybe, like, $100, $200 from original retail, which is still great, like, no matter what. Like, you sell a couple of those and like you could buy like a brand new car, you know, like,
yeah,
you know, so like, and I look at them I'm like, wow, like nobody's talking about this piece. No one's talking about that piece, this piece. And there are just so many like low key ones. Like, again, going back to Reddit, I'm in also a Supreme like clothing forum where like people sell their clothing and whatnot. And somebody had a Van Priest, like, and it was a woman vampire, and the shirt was like sick. Like I was like, yo, what? Like I didn't even know it existed, and I had to look it up, and I was like, yo, and I think it was like 2015 or 2016, but like That's my first time ever seeing it, and someone else had to take a picture of it. Like,
Yeah.
I had no idea it even existed, even though, like, I love Supreme, but to what I don't know, I can't say I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
It's cool to find things that you haven't seen before,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, and nobody currently is talking about it.
like, I didn't even know about that before.
Yeah, I've had to, like, because it's so hard, because, like, StockX is great when you're trying to find, like, some older things, but they don't have a lot of older stuff.
Yeah,
And
they
if
don't
people,
have everything.
yeah,
of
and if
course.
people don't suggest to add it, like, StockX isn't going to go out of their way and, like, become like a museum marketplace.
Yeah.
You know, like, they're just going to be like, oh, well, this is what somebody suggested, so we're going to add it. But, like, if no one has brand new stuff, then it just, like, sits there with, like, bids, nothing, just zero, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously you can make a bid, but, like, then someone else can come in and, like, upgrade your bid. But it doesn't mean someone's going to be able to sell it on stock, because how many people do you really think have brand new, unopened 2015 t-shirts, 2016 t-shirts, you know? Not many.
Yeah. Not
So
very many
maybe
at all.
one guy somewhere or a couple guys somewhere, maybe even females. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, someone in their attic has just, like, has cataloged things from 1994, 95, 96, 97, all the way till now.
That'd
Who
be
knows?
Crazy.
Because, like, guys do that with shoes, so, like, who
Mhm.
knows? Someone's that big of a Supreme, like,
Oh, there's got to be
enthusiast.
somebody out there.
There has to be, right? Even
We'd
if
love
they,
to see that.
it'd be insane to see that.
Yeah, if you're listening to this and you collect like that, you know, let us know. We'd love to go see that.
I mean, I'll
We don't even have to video it, you know.
No,
We'll just go take a look at it.
Just to look at it would be
Just to see it.
incredible. Yeah, imagine, like, pulling up to, like, you know, an estate sale, and, like, you know, everything seems like normal. It's nothing like nothing. You're just like, wow, this person, like, they were really humble, but, like, they have, like, really nice things. They have, like,
Mhm.
above average nice things, and you're like, oh, okay, this person was, like, you know, kind of cool. They were moderate. They were humble about it, you know, and all of a sudden, like, you just, like, accidentally kick, like a bin open,
Yeah.
and you just see, like,
And it's
plastic
like a treasure trove
of just, like,
and-
Supreme t-shirts, and, like, they were just, like, enthusiasts and cataloged from, like, the spring summer, like, 2014, you know, got
Yeah.
one shirt from each week or something like that. You know how
Yeah, that would be
crazy that'd
crazy.
be. The odds of that happening are, like, 0.0000001%.
rare collection.
Yeah, just extremely rare collection. Like, that'd be just to look at it, and to even potentially, like, offer to buy one of those older ones would be, like, incredible.
Yeah.
It'd be insane, you know.
Or like bidding on a storage unit.
Yeah, and you accidentally stumble because, like, somebody forgot, or, you know, God forbid, like, someone passed away and they just
Yeah.
forgot and didn't tell anyone, or, like, nobody, like, cared enough because they're like, t-shirts, whatever. Because, I mean, that's what a lot of people used to do too, is collectibles. They were like, whatever, who cares, no one's gonna care about that in 20 years.
Yeah, and then
You know, except for the people who are like, oh wait, someone might care about this in, like, 40 years. Like, goes back to 1985 Chicago Jordan
the whole,
1s.
The whole market changes back. on
Whole
them and-
market, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you know, because if you look at it, like, in the community of reselling, like, the market, like, peaked, came down, like, it's people are like, oh, it's on a downturn right now, but a lot of those people are people who never had connections, never cared to make connections,
Mhm.
just tried to sell only hype stuff and they couldn't sell it, you know, whatever. So, like, market's down, but I hear it all the time, and I don't argue with people, but I'm like, I don't think the market's actually down. You
Yeah.
just didn't have the people, you didn't have the money, you know. There was something in flawed, and you thought it was just gonna be, hey, I got this shoe, give me $300. You know, like, that's not how it works.
Don't work that way.
Yeah. So, like, to think about it, the market always corrects itself, and that's what it's doing right now. It's the people who are like, you know, I tried to become a reseller and it was doing good, and now it's not. Now it's on the downside, and I don't like it anymore. I hate resellers, you know.
Yeah.
And that's where people are right now. But, like, I have no problem selling pairs at all. Like,
yeah, and you got to stick with it too.
yeah, you know, because I've been through where it's, like, really, like, peaked out and then boom, boom, moving pairs, crazy.
Yeah.
And now it's, like, starting the downside. I'm still moving pairs, like, 10, 15 a week, but I'm buying like 20 pairs a week, you
Yeah,
know.
because
So it's like,
you built enough of a foundation where
yeah,
it'll
so
take
it's like
you through like a little
yeah.
recession, you know what I
yeah, because I'm just like, wait, we're in a recession right now. Like I could not tell. Sorry,
mean?
like I'm buying pairs, I'm selling pairs. So what's
And you also go for more of like what you would call recession proof, items. You know what I
well?
mean?
So I kind of learned that don't always go for the expensive stuff because like if and I learned that kind of early on when the market like flared up back in like 2018 during the summer. Like it flared up so much, like overseas especially, because what used to happen was that the China market resellers used to dictate the United States market. Because like if there was a big like trend over there, it came across. So like before Dunks, it was Jordan 1s. So like now if you look at Jordan 1 prices, they're kind of on the downside. But it's because now they're all into Dunks and like SBs more.
Yeah.
So everyone's wearing like SBs, Dunks, because that was the same thing with Yeezys. Like if you look at it, but the other thing about Yeezys is they restock a lot more now because Kanye wants people to have Yeezys. So they restock every few months, but it's not the same colorway except for Zebras, which are stocked about like 3 or 4 times. But they're still about $300, which is still crazy.
Yeah.
But like their trend used to be Yeezys, used to be Jordan 1s, now Dunk. So like everything's Dunk now. But the China market got so like price gouged that what was happening, the China's government had to step in and be like, no. Like
'cause people were selling things for so
people
much.
people were manipulating the market there. So what was happening? So they were manipulating StockX's marketplace, and the government had to step in and like been like, no, like can't do that, blah blah blah, and they had to like physically like step in and be like, cease this,
Yeah.
because what was for whatever reason, this is a really great example of this. I bought a pair of brand new Nike SB Dunk Purple Lobsters for like I think like I bought them for $350. So when I bought them for $350, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna hold on to them for a few weeks, and I ended up doing that, and they shot up to about $550, and I was like, oh, that's a great price. I've already made above my 20%. We're getting to like the 40% range, So I was like, okay, cool. Couldn't sell them for $550. Couldn't sell them. Finally sold them, I think, for like $535, something like that. Whatever. Wipe my hands.
There you go.
Not even 2 weeks later, they shot up another $200 to like about $750. But I realized that, yeah, sure, I could have tried to make another $200, but if no one was buying them for what I was already offering at $500 something, who's gonna say they're gonna pay $750 now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you made the for sure sale.
I made the for sure sale,
and that's the smarter thing to do.
And because I didn't know the market was gonna go up another $200.
Yeah.
It would have been great to know, but like I'm not a fortune
because more
teller.
often than not, it won't do that.
It will not.
So.
It was literally like boom, boom. It wasn't like boom, 6 months, boom. It was boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, like no one's gonna pay $750. And now if you look at it, like some of those shoes that went up are like expensive. Can't really move them unless you're like co-signing them or they're brand new or they're used.
Yeah.
You can move used heat all day long. Because like instead of like 10,000, now they're like 6,000, 5,000, depending on the damages and what you have with the box and how bad they were used. If no one took care of them, if they did, were taken care of. But used heat is a lot easier to move than brand new because some people are just like, unless you're like a real collector and like you're fine with it. And then some people have those connections. It all depends on your connections too. If you have great connections, it doesn't matter what you have. You can sell whatever you want.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
So like my the people that I sell to, like I'm like, okay, on the lower end, but I'm still making, my 20, 30, 40% on everything. Cause a lot but yeah, it goes back to who like who you try to know, who you try to make connection with. Yeah. So
how you move within the culture.
Yeah, pretty much. Cause like you want to be really nice. You want to be like liked. You don't want to be like, oh, hey, I hate that guy.
Yeah.
You know, I like.
Oh, here's
you
that
know,
guy again.
Yeah, like I like talking to people about shoes. Even if you don't like my prices, like that's fine. We'll make another deal. Like I don't care. Like I tell people that all the time. I'm like, if we couldn't make a deal this time, okay. Like if you're still gonna be selling shoes 6 months down the line,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to buy from you again. Like
Yeah.
I don't take offense to anybody that is like, well, we can't make a deal here. Okay, no problem. Still hit me up if you want to talk about shoes, or if you have a question, or or hey, are you interested in this and that? Yeah, like just
there'll
let
be
me
more
know.
shoes in the future.
Yeah, I tell people that all the time, or I try to, because I'm like, well, we'll just make another deal down the line then. Okay, like cool. I can't tell you how many times I've done that and it's worked out where we actually did make a deal down the line because they got something I couldn't get or I wanted more of. So I'm just like, cool, like that's fine.
Yeah,
it's awesome. But yeah, to get back to Supreme,
we got off on a tangent.
to get back to Supreme, yeah, week 5 was good. It was alright. Could have been better. Gremlins was good.
Yeah, that was an average drop.
It was just an average drop. Yeah, nothing. I didn't go for anything. I haven't gotten anything for the last 2 weeks. I don't think I'm gonna go anything for tomorrow. But tomorrow is the North Face, which is week 7.
I might go for the box logo for the what are those 5-panel hats?
Oh, the new era.
Or the 6-panel hats?
Yo, you totally should. The quality is so good.
Yeah, the flat bills. Those
are
really nice.
They're so
I was gonna go
nice.
for the all white. Yeah, the all white is definitely gonna be
you could
high demand.
Yeah, you should definitely. Yeah, like, are you looking to personal or?
No, probably resell.
Okay.
Because I know that one will resell. I was also looking at these tie-dye camp hats too.
White or red? White, like when you're going for it.
Yeah, I was thinking
white
about
or
white.
red.
White or red.
Yeah, white. Red is red, and the Supreme does really well.
Yeah.
White, red, and black.
White,
those are the top 3 colors that Supreme does really well in.
Yeah, especially for hats.
Yeah.
I noticed that T-shirts green does pretty well too, but not really for hats.
Weird colored T-shirts, yes, like purple, yellow. They do They do well. Red does well. White does well. Black well. And then a light powder blue, not the cyan, but like the sky blue does really well.
Yeah.
The military camp hats probably not. They'll like resell for maybe $10-15 more, but once you add fees and shipping, it's not worth it.
It's worthless.
Yeah. I mean, maybe down the line, maybe like if you hold it for like the following season or like out of Supreme season. But yeah, definitely the new Money Era logos. They'll probably go. I think they retail for like what, $38-$48, something like that. And then you'll spend like $54-$55.
Yeah.
And then you'll probably be able to sell them for like $90, $95, $100 on eBay.
Okay. Yeah, and they have these. They have the waist bags, the fanny packs.
Yeah, those are $118 though.
Yeah,
I'm not going for it.
Those are a little expensive.
Yeah, it's North Face. They did a really. Yo, do you see all those jackets that they have?
Yeah, really the white ones look cool.
Yo, they're so fire. The steep down, that's wild, man. That's wild.
Yeah, North Face.
Yeah, they do collabs every season. It's so nice. They have a really nice. I still have their bandana tee from last season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the large.
I've got a bandana tee right now in my closet.
Yeah, because I have the North Face bandana tee.
Oh yeah.
I almost sold it to a buddy of mine, but he didn't like how small the design was on the front. But he might change his mind. I don't know.
These denim baseball jerseys look okay, but they just.
I was looking at them and they're cool, but I don't like the price point they're at.
They just don't.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, do it 100% for me.
Yeah, they're nice though.
Yeah, they are.
Their baseball jerseys are cool.
I definitely like that concept. I don't know if I like this particular execution of that concept.
Well, because the wording's kind of weird on the front. But other than that, it's not bad. It's pretty good.
This almost looks like a cheerleading jersey meets baseball jersey because the words, the way the words are written on it.
Yeah, because they're like big, but like it doesn't exactly fit all the way, and it's just kind of like there.
Kind of cheesy looking.
Yeah,
but I do like the concept. If anything, I like the black one.
The black. Most. I was looking at the black one. I really was. I was like, I could see myself wearing that.
Yeah, I could wear the black one.
Yeah, the black one would be really nice.
That works.
I don't know. I like to wear a lot of black.
That one checks out. Yeah.
But
you're black on the inside.
I wouldn't say that. I just like, I don't know. I have a lot of black shirts, pants, shorts,
Yeah.
clothing, shoes. Like, I mean, I mostly wear my Yeezys 350 Black Statics, but because
Yeah.
they're the reflective ones.
Black
so.
is sleek, man.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. Black works for what I have.
It's
So.
smooth.
I wore I wore out the other day black hat that said lit on it, just lit in white lettering. I wore a black shirt that had an embroidered like skeleton with holding a rose on the left side and a little patch there. Then I wore black shorts. Then I wore black shoes, black socks. So I wore all black.
Yeah, I don't even think I have many black shirts.
Yeah.
I have a couple.
Yeah, so I wore all black going out. and like it worked. I was just like, "Oh, word." Like
the Black Power Ranger.
Yeah, cuz I mean, I wish I had black pants, but I don't have. I just have a really nice pair of black joggers. But the only joggers I have now are like the ones that are like the material that makes that sound, you know, when like it scratches together. You know what I'm talking about? Like with
it's like running pants.
Yeah,
like track
pant
material.
Yeah, track pant material. Yeah,
I
have those.
Nylon or whatever you call it. Not nylon. But
no, not nylon, but it's that like I don't want to say plastic either. Like I don't know what that material is, but it's make that whenever you walk, you know, and you can hear it from like far away.
Yeah.
And I have those, but like the problem with those is I got them from H&M. But the problem with those is that their pockets are zippers. So, like, it's a zip up and down. Mm-hmm. And, like, they're not big enough. So, like, I can't put a bunch of stuff in there. So, like, it's weird. Because, I want to always zip it up. But, like, then I'm like, oh, wait, I need to get in there. And then I have to, like, unzip it. So, it's weird.
And then when you unzip
it,
you
was
realize
too hot.
You can't even get your hand in it anyway. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's a decent size. But I wish it was just, like, slightly bigger. Yeah. But, like, it doesn't work. It would be great during the wintertime, you know, at night, when it's, like, at night.
Supreme needs to release some joggers.
They did week 6, I think.
There's a base layer pant.
Yeah, it's part of that steep.
That's kind of like an Under Armour, like an long
I don't know if it's
underwear.
I think it's kind of like Long Johns, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, where it's kind of like a thermal and you wear that under everything.
You wear it under your jeans and shit, yeah.
Yeah. I really don't know, but Supreme they have really good joggers though, like really good like sweatpant joggers.
Yeah.
They have they have a patchwork design. They have the split one, which is an older release, which they did. So it's a black and white split. So it goes right down the middle. One side black, one side white, and then the pants are opposite. So like it's like split down, and like they match. So like boom, straight down.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, they also have a Scarface one too, which is a split, which I think has the face, and it's a split like T-shirt.
Scarface face.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's
which is dope. I think from 2017. I might be wrong. I can't remember all the releases, but I know it's definitely an older one. It's before SS18, I believe. So it might be fall winter 17. I don't know. I just know it's really cool because eventually I want to get a split crew neck and pants that go together.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to branch out and get like a Nike tracksuit or something. Because I don't want to get an Adidas one because first of all, I don't shop at Adidas, and
and that's
I
like
so
the cliche. Everybody
yeah,
has that.
I like the Nike ones better.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to find like one whole tracksuit, but
you don't want it to be plain, you know. You don't want.
Yeah,
you don't
I want like an old
regular everyday tracksuit.
I want like an old school tracksuit from like the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like Nike was doing really cool ones back in like the 90s and like early 2000s.
Yeah, with like Miami Dolphin colors and
reflector, like Miami Vice and Vice City. But no, you know what? I passed on. Well, I didn't mean to pass on it. So every couple of weeks I look for Supreme overalls, and I finally found a pair, but I didn't buy them right away because it was on a bid, and I forgot about the bid.
Dang.
So and
That's
they were like $69, right? And I think they were like slightly used or something. It was a Supreme Levi, and it was purple. It was a purple like leopard design.
Oh wow.
And like I was gonna
like purple and black leopard.
Like purple, black, and I think like touches of gray. I've been looking ever since it went away into seeing if the person's gonna put it up again, and I haven't seen it. And it kind of, I'm just like, that was my opportunity to buy the cheapest pair of, because I want a pair of Supreme overalls. Like I really do, but the problem with it is I don't know where these prices are coming from, but like the cheapest one I was able to find was like $300. And I'm like, yo, like they're not that wanted. Like, but I think what the problem is that they're like low key, like
it's such
rare.
It's such a niche market. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like because like going on eBay, because like I can't go in stock because a lot of them don't have any pricing on them, and I'm just like, that's so weird because they have sales, but like there's only like 20 sales or something like that.
Yeah, the people who buy stuff like that are people like you who are like looking for shit.
Yeah,
like that,
and
know?
I'm like genuinely like looking and
like willing to pay for it. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to because like I want. So I have a fit that I've never really seen anyone else wear, or pictures at least, and maybe someone did do it, but it would be Supreme Nike Twill. Their Twill overalls, Supreme Nike. Because they do collabs, and they did a really nice overall, all black, super nice. A pair of off-white Converse, and like a Supreme shirt underneath, and like maybe a hat, maybe not, but depending on like what it is, maybe without the hat, but like that'd be the fit.
Bucket hat.
Yeah, maybe like a Crusher or something like that, you know.
Yeah, that sounds dope.
Yeah, so like I'm just like because I want to do that for my birthday because I'm gonna buy me a pair of off-white Converse and a pair of off-white Dunk Lows, and I want to do that fit for my birthday, but I can't find the overalls anywhere. Like I can't find black one. Like I'll do any overalls at this point that like I'm willing that I know I'm gonna wear a lot because like I don't even know how I'm gonna look in overalls. I've never worn a pair of overalls.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like hesitant because I'm like, oh, what if I don't like it? But I'm like,
you got to go bucket hat with the overalls though.
I don't know. Maybe like a Burberry one or something, or like a crazy color one because like I want to try and get like a pair of black overalls to go with the white Converse and like a white Supreme t-shirt underneath, and then like a crazy bucket hat.
That's what I was gonna ask next. What shirt would you wear under the overalls?
I think it'd have to be white or like maybe like a yellow.
Yeah.
Something like that, you know, to go with the black and then like the white Converse and then maybe like a crazy color bucket hat, Crusher hat, you know?
Yeah.
Like maybe like I don't know.
Tie-dye.
Like a purple one or something. Or tie-dye.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just kind of like mend it all together.
Yeah, like your hat be like what stands out and everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else stand out for its style and your hat be the only thing that stands out for color.
Yeah, just a color, yeah.
That'd be dope. Yeah,
I mean
cool.
that's what I'm feeling.
I dig it.
Yeah. I mean it's just finding the overalls for
like, oh,
decent.
look at those shoes. Oh shit, look at those overalls. Damn, look at that bucket hat.
Yeah, you know, just be like, oh, boom, boom. Oh, okay, yeah, we're 10 for 10
Supreme here. Tee underneath? Oh,
yeah, because like you know what I would do instead of it being like, and I've seen people do this, but like unstrap one overall so it just like kind of hangs down.
That's kind of raunchy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. We're trying to be on the edge. We're trying to be edgy.
That's super edgy, dude.
Yeah, so like, you know, so people can see the Supreme tee because like it'd be covered if not. So just like, you know, allow one strap open and just kind of have it hang.
And so they see like the super and then but can't see the rest of it.
Like, you know,
it's like
depending,
they know it's Supreme, but you're not allowed to see all of it.
Yeah, or just have both unstrapped, so it's just kind of like
hanging and dangling. Oh, that's like construction worker just got off work.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I don't
and
give
then
a fuck
like
about shit right now.
Yeah, you know, go to an event or something. Like, cause like I would wear that. I obviously gotta take pictures in it, and then like see when like the next event for sneakers would be, and like wear it to that event. You know, and people would be like, oh, okay, like people would want to take pictures and stuff. Maybe
They got to do a Supreme like construction hat with like the or like miner's hat with like the light in the front. That'd be dope. Cause you remember when we went through the ski goggles phase?
Ski goggle phase.
And people were.
Oh yeah, they wear the ski goggles. Yeah, because they were like those big fat ones, and people would wear them on their head instead of. Yeah. Because I mean, Supreme has a whole collab for that.
Yeah, that was like a whole year that everybody was just wearing ski goggles.
Yeah.
So we need to do that with like miner hats and
with like the flashlight on front.
Yeah, because it would go good with things like overalls,
Yeah. That'd be quite interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they're thinking about that for the SS19 season.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, you really don't, because like speaking of Supreme, week 6, they had watercolor paint.
Yeah, I did see that.
$158 for that. How crazy!
Yeah,
is
that was kind of wild to me.
Well, and people always comment about like the pricing of like collabs, but like nice paint color goes for like money. It's like the Zippos, Zippos are expensive. Like when they're like without the let's just say this, that really nice things with or without Supreme, like high quality and stuff,
are still expensive.
Like
the aluminum dominoes.
Yeah, like they're like, because I looked, because I was like, I've never seen aluminum dominoes. I've never heard anyone talk about aluminum dominoes, because everyone just gets regular dominoes, But like, I was looking and I'm like, I want to see about this collab. Like, how much of a price difference is it?
Yeah, just with the Supreme name.
Yeah, and I was like, well, no, they're actually cheaper than getting like real aluminum dominoes. Like real aluminum dominoes were like $250.
Yeah.
And like they're asking like $158. I'm like, okay, like that's really fair.
Yeah, that's a great price.
Now like some of the Supreme collabs, you're just like, oh, okay, like that's just like, overboard.
Yeah.
But like for high end quality like art like, like good quality colored pencils, like you're talking like over $100 easily all day long. Like
and the watercolors, they're a pretty cool collectible.
They really
they
are.
also have practical use for people who might want to use them too.
Yeah, because I would assume the quality would be there, because like they partner with like actual like legit companies that have a name, like not like, and the same thing with artists. Like it's not like, honestly, it'd be kind of cool if they did like if Supreme 1 week or 1 season just did like a really random like pulled off the street person that like they did something with, but or like
they had like a contest with their watercolors that they sold, and it's like make designs with our watercolors and your best design,
it'd be really cool, like because like Supreme actually does a lot for community like service. They do a lot of like relief efforts through their clothing, like during like COVID-19, like they did like a COVID-19 relief box logo. So like they've done like a lot of like community like service type things like that, like donations and charities and stuff. So it'd be really cool, because like Nike every year they do like the Dornbacher, which is like a disease that kids get, and so what they do is they allow 5 kids to design their own Nike shoes. So like if you were to ever like go on StockX and look up Dornbacher, and you'll see all the releases that the kids have like thought like have that's their designs, and like Nike like made it true. So like that's what Nike does every year. They do the Dornbacher releases, and a lot of times some of the Dornbachers are like really like expensive because they were rare and they were really, really well liked. There's this one, it's actually ironically it's a Dunk. It's a Nike SB. No, I think it's a regular Dunk. Either way, it's a Nike, it's a Dunk Low. And like at first, like it's got like chickens, like the kid who designed it like chickens, and so it's like it's this nice like green shoe. I really want to say it's an SB, but it's a green shoe and it's got like designs of like chickens and stuff.
Okay,
and it's like it's really
like the grass roaming around or whatever.
Well, no, like it doesn't, not necessarily. I don't know. You like once you like look it up, like you'd be like, oh okay, like I totally get it. Like and the kid like chickens, and so like it was really cool, but like. It was still in the midst of like Dunks weren't like extremely popular yet and didn't go up in price, but like now the shoe's like kind of rare and like went up in price. But like some of the designs are like really, really, really nice. Like they're like, oh wow, like that's so cool of Nike to do that. You know?
Yeah, it is. You know.
So like if Supreme did something like that, like once a year, like that'd be insane to see what people could come up with for like Supreme designs.
Yeah, and you also never know who and what you're gonna discover. You know.
Yeah.
From that as well. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be really cool.
But yeah,
I also like these
week 6.
the paisley jackets and pants.
Oh, they're the micros sit down. Those are sick.
I don't like the solid color ones as much.
No, I didn't like. I was like, the bandana paisley ones are like super fire.
Yeah, that red one.
That
is
red,
sick,
oh,
dude.
that is so nice.
Wear the red top with the blue bottom. That would be sick.
Oh, dude, it is so nice. I was looking at them and I'm like, wow, I'm surprised they only did 2 colors of the paisley. I'm surprised they didn't do all 4.
Do that with the green or like?
I don't know.
Like all of them, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, that tan would look nice with the paisley.
It would have been like that nice white design. It would have been so nice. But that red one just goes, up and beyond. Yeah. Even though it's such a simple design, it just changes the whole aspect of the jacket.
Yeah, it just hits your visual palette.
You're just looking at it and you're like, oh, word? Like it's more than just a red. It's like, oh, okay. You look at it and you're like, oh, okay, cool. It's got a sick design on it.
I'm wearing the red top with the blue bottoms all day. Hell yeah. Yeah, I thought those were really sick.
Yeah, it was super fire.
If I wasn't distracted from good old Ian, I probably would have gone for those.
I think they were about like $358 retail, $398.
Yeah, those were expensive.
Yeah. Which I think they sold out.
$238.
Oh, $238. Okay. That's not too bad. They probably you could probably sell them for like $300. Yeah. $310, $320.
Yeah.
Especially with
leather
winter
blazers.
So another thing about fall winter, what we are in right now, is that. So even though it's still summertime, like now, and still up north, like, and it's gonna be getting colder. Like if you were to buy a lot of the winter stuff, like the nice winter stuff now, and you go through and you sell it like during like the winter season, everything just slowly climbs up because people start buying because they're like, oh,
go sell it on the street in New York City.
Oh, I mean, not only that, but like a lot of people are like, oh, I want something like cool to wear, cool jacket, because that's what I'm gonna be wearing all day.
Yeah.
And like out and about, and you take it off, and you got like your other things on, but like winter is all about layering, and so like a lot of those like people will straight up just buy Supreme stuff, cause, like they actually have like nice quality, good.
And then when it gets really cold, they're going to be thinking about what kind of cold weather gear they didn't buy yet from the earlier seasons, and they're going to look back.
Yeah, they're going to look back. Yeah, because it's a pattern. Obviously, you know how like the retail store like Walmart, they sell their summer stuff, and then like winter comes, they discount all their summer stuff and sell their winter stuff, and then summer comes, they discount their winter stuff, and that pattern. But like it's a pattern of. Not everything goes up, but like a lot of like the nicer, more wanted stuff will go up like $200, depending on. And then like when summer comes, that's when it'll go back down, and it's kind of a cycle where you can like buy in and just like a stock market pretty much. But it all depends.
A seasonal stock market.
Yeah.
And then they have these leather blazers. Those look pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Too. Yeah.
I mean, week 6 was a pretty good week. I like those button-up sweaters too.
Yeah, week 6 was really good.
I like that cream-colored button-up sweater. It reminds me of like a 1930s, 1940s like Letterman jacket kind of thing.
Yeah.
It looks kind of nice.
Yeah, week 6 overall was nice. It was good.
Yeah, that was a good week.
Yeah, week 7 is going to be interesting. The North Face.
Tamari.
Yeah, tomorrow, which is already today.
Tomorrow, which is already today, which is already a few hours from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, North Face. Yeah, the white, all of the white ones go really hard.
Oh, they go super hard.
A few of these black ones have like the opposite. Have like the white design where it's black on the white jacket, and then a few of them are solid.
Yeah. They did a really good job. I like the fleece, like the steep down, and the 3 jackets are gonna.
Yeah.
There's actually a really nice North Face jacket that I want, the Supreme North Face jacket. It's a 3M reflective, and it goes hard.
Oh yeah.
Hard. But I cannot find it for sale anywhere.
Right.
Like
Ain't that a bitch?
yeah, it's a few years back, but like I saw somebody wear it. They were in line for Supreme, and it was daytime, and somebody took a picture of the guy wearing it. Well, like obviously the flash was on, but it was daytime, so it didn't, it wasn't like it was nighttime.
Yeah.
But like the reflective outside was like so much that like you could literally see it, and in the photo like you could see like the whole area.
Nice.
Yeah, like you're looking at it and you're like whoa, like
damn.
it's daytime, and it's like it was like that reflective.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what?
Yeah, they're not
like,
just saying it's reflective.
No,
it
like it
actually
was
will
super.
do the job
it was
too.
super
Yeah.
reflective. I was like, jeez, like that's in daytime. It looked like, and it was probably because it was bouncing off the camera again, like when the flash and then like that bounced back. But like it just made the whole like thing like you could see him, you could see the jacket, but you couldn't see him as much. It was just like that really like, oh my gosh, like kind of like not blinding, but like you're like, oh, there's a person.
Yeah,
somebody's
that's
wearing
super
that.
bright, like
Yeah.
heavenly glow.
It was crazy. I was like, yo, what? Like, and I've never seen another picture of it. And I was like, yo,
Like damn, that reflects.
yeah. And I look at that every couple of weeks.
That's
too, 'cause I'm like,
super reflects.
I don't know. I love reflective stuff now. Never
Yeah.
really thought about it before, but I'm like, oh, like
It adds like this different dimension kind of thing.
well, especially when no one realizes.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of reflective things you need a flash for.
Yeah.
So like when it does happen, people are like,
I think
wait a second.
we're gonna really start getting into like as we get into the late 2020s, we're gonna get into like more light up stuff and like glow in the dark stuff and like reflective stuff.
I think it's always been like a low key like design, but now it's
I
gonna
think
be like
stuff like
popping,
that's gonna get on the rise, like a glow in the dark tie dye stuff, and I think
glow in the dark tie dye. It's always the tie dye, right?
Yeah.
Even though tie dye is like a lot of people do not like tie dye at all.
Yeah, it's gonna come back in like a new era kind of way, like reflector,
Different
tie-dye.
designs, yeah.
Yeah.
There are some really nice tie dye pieces out there. Blows my mind how people are like that artistic.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing it like micro lights and seams and stuff like that. I think that wave's coming sometime soon.
Like the seam, like the stitching, be glow in the dark
and like
stuff.
the light will like wave up in different colors up the sleeve or like.
I'm sure someone like low key does that.
Yeah, there
has to
stuff like
be,
that in the works.
Or just like it's like somewhere, it's someone just like hand doing it, and just like they're just somewhere at some market, some flea market, some like Saturday farmers market,
Yeah, it's just not huge yet.
It's just not big because like people are like, who cares?
Yeah, that wave's gonna come sometime. soon.
It's kind of funny to think about that. That like people said that about Nike, Adidas. They're just like, who cares? It's never gonna go big. Like people people thought the internet wasn't gonna be big.
IBM,
Whatever. Who cares?
yeah.
Somebody saw that and was like, who cares? But
Apple? What kind of name is that for a software company?
Yeah, it's like somebody's like, I put a lot of work in this, and someone's walking away and they're like, who cares?
Yeah.
What a loser.
Amazon.
Yeah, how could you do such a thing?
Netflix. They were like, Netflix, that's just a fad. And then
everything
ate Blockbuster.
Everything was just a fad at one point until it became like what it is now, and people are like, oh, you.
Yeah. After a while, it becomes a necessity.
Well, not only that, but I think people just like now there are some ideas where people are like, oh, that's gonna do really well, and then like it just doesn't at all. It's just bad.
Yeah. The opposite.
Yeah. So it's just like, okay, like maybe the ideas that we think that some people are like, oh, that's not gonna do well, but like an overwhelming majority are like, that's not gonna do well, tend to do really well.
Yeah, and then they do.
Then
great.
like the majority of people are like, yeah, that's gonna do really, really well.
They oversell and oversell.
And then it's just kind of like, and now that's not always the case, obviously, but throughout history, like we've heard it, like, oh, this isn't gonna do well, like that's not gonna do well. Like people literally thought the internet was gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
Like to think about that now is just like,
Yeah,
who
and
told you
they
that?
thought all the internet could be would be like
Just
a fast calculator or a storage base, you know?
something like that, yeah. Until someone was like, "Well, no, we can do more with it," and someone's like, "Nah,
Yeah,
you
it was
can't. No
worldwide
way.
interconnection.
No way." You know. Thank God no one listened to that guy.
That's how clothing is.
That's
the
what
same
I'm
way
saying.
fashion
Like
is,
somebody
you know?
somebody right now is doing what we're talking about right now with the stitching and the glowing, you know, and like the material's different, it's reflective and this and that. Like, and, you know, it's those like little hints that like separate them from like somebody else. But somebody is
Yeah.
literally like, "Oh, that'll never work." But then someone's like, "Hey, that's really cool."
Yo, that's cool as shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
you should
you
keep
know,
doing
you
that.
should keep
Yeah.
doing that and do it more and more and more and incorporate more designs and this and that. And someone's like doing it like, oh, okay, yeah. Like someone's drawing up drafts right now, probably, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, how can I do the stitching differently? Like, how can I make it glow and this and that?
Yeah, like stars on a shirt that like, you know, twinkle.
Yeah, like they get sun power and like at night, like, you know, glow.
Yeah, that'd be
You
cool.
know. And I'm sure someone's like, that's good. That's
kinda
stupid.
tacky. That's dumb.
You
Yeah.
know, but like they did it in such a way that like someone's like, I'll buy 100 units right
But then when
now.
everybody's wearing
You
them,
know?
you're like, oh shit, I'm the only guy that doesn't have a Twinkle Star shirt, you know?
You know, something like that, you know? It'd be really cool, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, reflective stuff, a lot of like my Supreme reflective hat, you know, people are always commenting on that because they're like, it's blue. I wish it was purple, but it's like a darker blue. But like when it gets reflective, and you can see the reflectiveness, like if I wear it like outside or like I wear it and someone like flashes or something like that. Like,
It's so weird because like in some lightings inside, you just like you'll be looking at you and you can't even tell that there's a hat on your head.
yeah.
But then if you shine a light on it, it's like, oh my eyes.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, exactly.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, and that's the reflective part because it turns like a gray, like it turns like kind of like how a TV goes from like video to when it cuts out. You know,
Yeah.
like you're like, you know, if you're kind of like off in the, like if you're kind of like, say you're doing something and you're watching TV and you eventually just like zone it out, but then it like cuts away, like it turns staticky and you're like, what?
Yeah.
You know, it's just like that normal color and then like something happens and you're like, wait a second, that just changed color.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, because
it looks how like a cat's eyes look when you shine lights on it at night.
yeah,
That like
yeah.
reflective.
You like it, you know a
iridescent kinda.
cat's there, but you're like, oh, okay, you know, you kind of zone it out and something happens, you're like, wait a second, it's over there now. You
Yeah.
know? It's like
Yeah.
that. I get questions like, they're like, what color's your hat? Because like it turned reflective and it's like a
it's
silver
like this
gray.
grayish purple.
Yeah, it's a gray. Yeah, it's a grayish purple because the reflective material is now reflecting the light, and it like, you know, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's a blue, and they're like, what? It
Yeah,
looks
but
gray.
then sometimes you can't see it.
Sometimes you can't see it. Yeah, so it all depends on the lighting,
Yeah.
and that's what's really cool too, because like,
And sometimes you can't see anything but the hat.
but the hat, yeah. So it's just like, oh, word. Like I've had to like physically like show people, like, because sometimes you can't, like you said, you can't always see it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, it's a reflective mesh. You're like, what? I'm like, yeah,
See?
boop, zap, and then like I'll show them. They're like,
Ching,
oh,
ching.
okay. Like I'm like, yeah. I was talking to someone about that actually at the last sneaker event I went to in Orlando, and the guy was talking to me because I was wearing it, and he's like, yo, I have the same hat. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I get compliments all the time, but I also have people who are like, what color is it? Like, why does it turn colors, this and that? And I'm like, oh, because it's a reflective material. And like some people just don't know, obviously, you know.
Mhm.
But like he has the same hat and he likes Supreme too. And we sat there like talking. We had tables right next to each other,
Okay.
and
there
we're
you
sitting
go.
there talking for like 5 minutes. Cause I was looking at his stuff, and they were looking at mine, and they had like a bunch of like shirts and stuff. So I was like looking through, and yeah, he's like, I get asked all the time, and I'm like, yeah, me too, because some people just like see it, like they'll see it when it's reflective, but they won't like they'll notice it like when it's not reflective. It's like, did you change hats? I'm like, no, it's the same hat. It's just a different color now
Same
because it's
hat,
not
different
reflecting.
lighting.
Yeah, just different lighting. So it's like it's really cool. I'm
It's
just
like the
word.
moon.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, because you're looking at one direction, and you're like, or like a different angle.
Yeah,
depending on where you are, and you're like, oh, okay.
and like half the hat will be shiny, or like from a different angle, the whole hat will be shiny. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. Because like if you're looking at it straight on, then like you'll see some of it, but like if you're looking from the side, you'll see more of the hat. And, yeah. So.
Yeah, that stuff's really cool.
Yeah. And there's actually a Jordan 1 shoe called Wolf Gray 3M. And so what it is, it's a gray silhouette. But there's reflective material on it. So when you go to flash it, it shows up a pattern. Yeah, it's super cool.
So you can't see it until you do
until you do the flash.
That's
yeah,
cool.
or some like lighting. Like, if you were wearing it at night, you'd be able to see it because like car lights and like street lights and stuff.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, and so like, but it's not a very popular shoe, but it's an older shoe.
Yeah.
And I had gotten it through eBay. I used to do bids on brand new shoes. I don't anymore because it just didn't make sense anymore to do it that way. Because I would do it occasionally, and a lot of times I was losing because of how eBay does their bidding now. How it used to be, where it's like if the timer was that, like that's it. But like now it's all weird. And because it used to be a lot easier to snipe people on eBay, like way back when. Mm-hmm. And so, because like you would wait till like 3 seconds left, and boom, like you'd win, So like, but like now it's like you have to do this and that, and sometimes like you're losing, and you're like, wait, how'd I lose? So it's weird. So it's fair
now or whatever.
Fairer, I guess. Yeah. I'm not winning, so it's not fair.
It's not fair to me.
But so I ended up winning, and like it took me a while to sell them, but I ended up selling it and I made like I think like $40-$50 on them. But nobody wanted them for the longest time because like the design I did, like just no one liked the shoe, even though like it was like worth it was worth a little bit of money, but like nothing crazy. But like I think it was like around like 300 something. I think I'm for like 240, 230,
yeah,
240.
And it's kind of like back to what we were saying earlier. Like some of that stuff goes in waves.
Yeah.
Some like for people won't like it for like a year or 2 years, and then all of a sudden people start liking that specific design.
And I look at it every once in a while because like I have all the photos I've pretty much ever taken of my shoes, so like I like to look back, and like not all the time, but occasionally, like, and I was like, I'm like, no one really liked this shoe, but like now it's like people probably would, now that I know more people and like I have a bigger network of people. Somebody would like it more, but because like it was a Jordan 1. Yeah, it's a wolf gray, but it was kind of like the Jordan 1 Shadowed, which is like a gray colorway, but it was just a reflective material. So like once you without the reflective material, you could still see the design, the outline of the design, but once you reflected it, like you could really see the design.
Yeah.
So like I really thought that was like, I thought I had like a gold bar pretty much.
yeah, reflective shit is badass.
Until I got it, and then like nobody wanted it.
Like,
and I'm like, okay, we're in that stage right now.
This is just plated gold.
Yeah, it's not real gold. Okay, it's turned to my hands green. What the heck?
Right. That's how I feel about the Shaqnosis shoe. I feel like that shoe should be loved a lot more than it is.
I think the OG pair is, because people like if you were to get into like a Facebook group where like they talk about shoes, like you'd be like, oh, the Shaqnosis. People be like,
that's the like a niche thing too.
Yeah, it's a super because like when I'm in this group called Sold for Life, and there's a lot of like older sneakerheads, like OG sneakerheads that like the like Allen Iversons of the world, like the Reeboks, the Shaqnosis, the Pennies, other things other than like the Jordan brand, and So like they like, and I've seen a lot of people that have been like, yeah, the Shaq Gnosis, like they were crazy when they came back out, and but the OG pair are always obviously better, depending on the shoe, because like sometimes they try to copy as much as possible, but there was different materials back then, there was different ideas back then, and a lot of times the OGs tend to be better than what they try to recreate, because like they're like, oh, we're gonna do this and this, and people are like, we really like the old one better. And I totally get
run out of designs.
So like they try to remaster stuff, but like the remastering usually doesn't do incredibly well.
It doesn't do good itself
unless it was already like extremely wanted. But a lot of times it's like, okay, I see what you did and I see why you did it, but like,
yeah, you tried.
You tried, yeah.
Thank you for your try.
Yeah, you tried. So yeah, I mean, it really depends on the remastering of the shoe, what silhouette you're trying to redo, and if people really, really want them, then yeah, they'll do well. But a lot of times, retros, they're okay.
Yeah,
they're alright.
Oh,
but yeah, the Shaq. I'm right there with you. I love the Shaq Gnosis.
Yeah, I do too.
They're so fire, so fire. I'm just like, man, could you imagine having like a Shaq Gnosis design on like a Jordan? Like you couldn't. Like it wouldn't make. You'd be like, that doesn't work. Like it doesn't.
That'd be that. I don't know.
Well, because I think it would be weird. I think people would be kind of like thrown off by it,
Yeah, I mean, how would you do that? You would have to do it on like a newer Jordan.
You'd have to do it on like I think the only silhouette it would look good on would be a Jordan 1 because you'd have more room.
Oh, you think so?
Because like I feel like the Jordan 4s, like there wouldn't be enough room to like actually show more of the design, because like if you look at the Shaq Gnosis, like it's a bigger shoe, like it's more of a high top,
like a Jordan 11 or 12.
Oh, you could, I think you could do it on any high top Jordan, so like Jordan 1, Jordan 11, maybe probably Jordan 12, and I think that would be the only design you'd work on.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't think any other ones, because like once you get past 12, the Jordans get really weird.
Yeah, they get like
they get super
almost
weird,
like too extra,
Yeah, because I mean at that point it was just like
too hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the only other good Jordan out of those is like the Jordan 33 silhouette, because like it's more of a normal silhouette. Because like once you get to like Jordan 8, like a Jordan 18, you ever seen a Jordan 18? They're weird. So weird.
I have, but I don't see it.
It's not something that sticks in your head. I don't really think about anything that's not a Jordan 1, a Jordan 3, a Jordan 4. Jordan 11.
Yeah, Jordan 18. Yeah,
it's a weird design.
Yeah, that is definitely an odd design.
Yeah.
It almost just doesn't look like a Jordan.
Yeah. All. Is that now? Can you show me?
That's the one that's got like the zipper on it.
Yeah.
It like zips over to the other side.
Yeah, and it's got like that draping on it. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know. And now don't get me. Yeah. It's like, okay. It's weird, I'm just like, I don't think I could ever see myself wearing those. But like, those were in a different time era. Now it goes back to like the older sneakerheads, OG heads. Like, they'd be like, yo, I dig 18s,
Yeah. I would only wear those if I had like 1,000 pairs of Jordans,
Yeah, you're just like, okay.
Like millions of dollars.
Yeah, just like, all right, cool.
I'll get them just to wear them once, just to say I wore every Jordan.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, yeah. I have 1 through 35, so I think I want to say there's 37 silhouettes. Right?
I think
I'm trying to think.
35, 36, or 37. I want to say 36 or 37.
I want to say 37. Oh, it is 37, because weren't we talking about at the Tampa? No.
Yeah, because it's been
The
Yeah.
Orlando event where they were
Yeah,
asking.
because it's ironically been 37 years.
Ironically been 37 years. Yeah. Because I was like, oh no, they don't go by. They don't
Like once a year.
Yeah, they don't. They usually don't. I mean, unless they do, but I don't think so. Because like, I know the Jordan 1 came out, and then like it was instantly Jordan 2, but
They
it was
wanted
the same
to go
year.
once a year, but then they like missed 2 years and were like, oh shit, we got to drop 2 this year or some shit. I don't know.
Well, because like there's also like the Jordan 2s are like relatively like they were in the 90s.
Yeah.
So like but it wasn't like they
so it
came
took
out
them
in
a decade
'86.
to drop the second one.
I don't know if it took them a decade, but it wasn't like the year after. I don't
a
think.
few years.
Yeah, I mean you could probably look at a timeline of when they dropped all the silhouettes, but I don't think they do a new one every year.
Yeah.
Cause like I mean at that point I think we'd be because they didn't do one for this year. So because we were talking about that well, I don't think they'd be doing one for 2023. It's not like they're gonna come out with the Jordan 38,
Yeah, this year would be 38.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I don't know how they came
There's
out
also
with
so many like subcategories of Jordan now because isn't like Luka under Jordan and like.
Well, yeah. So like those are the signature shoes where you have. So there's only 5 athletes that are actually signed to the Jordan brand in the NBA. So you have Luka, Zion, Jason Tatum, and there's 2
LeBron's his own
section
shoe of Nike.
Yeah, he has his LeBron's, KD. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. There's only 5 people that are signed to Nike in the NBA right now. So it's LeBron, KD, Luka, Jason Tatum, and Zion.
Yeah.
Those are the only players right now that have Nike contracts.
What about
Now I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
What about
I'm like 95% sure.
What about Antetokounmpo
6
with the Zoom Freaks, the Nike Zoom Freaks?
6. He would be the 6th player. Yeah, because
What's his first name? Is he Giannis? Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Yeah, just Giannis. Yeah. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yeah, so it's Giannis. I can't believe I forgot about him because it was his Uno collab. But Giannis, KD, LeBron, Luka, Zion, Jason Tatum.
Zion, who's got millions and millions and might not even play.
No, he's actually. Have you seen him? He looks really good.
Because he had a clause in his contract where he couldn't get guaranteed money unless he maintained like weight.
Yeah, because that's what happens with like, that's what ends up happening with like if you're like a bigger player, like just the stress of running up and down the court on your bones. Like that's why a lot of like bigger, taller people have knee problems. It's just like all that weight, and if like. Even though like Yao Ming and all them were like, they were on like the slimmer side, like you just don't have a long career.
Yeah.
But like they obviously want him to have like a 15-year career, They want him to do some damage in the NBA.
Yeah.
'Cause he is one good player. Like he's good. Like once he gets going, like you cannot stop that kid.
Yeah, no, he's a beast.
Yeah, no, he's really good.
Yeah.
It's going to be this NBA season is going to be like it's gonna be good.
He's like the NBA version of Francis Ngannou,
like,
the UFC fighter.
Oh yeah, he's
heavyweight champion.
This season's gonna be really good. I can't wait for LaMelo Ball, him and his brother on the team.
LaMelo just hurt his ankle.
Yeah, he did. He has an ankle sprain.
Yeah,
sucks.
Yeah.
Have you seen his Puma collab though? He has really nice Puma shoes.
Yeah,
super nice.
His fashion's kind of crazy.
Oh
dude.
yeah, he's a fashionable guy. That's for sure.
Yeah, his fashion's up there. I mean, the kid's only 20 years old, so
oh yeah, the kid
better be fashionable.
He's gonna be the next face of the NBA with all the the NBA young stars. Oh man, it's gonna be a different.
He's the next best.
He is really good.
Of this generation
he's super good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Watching him play, just like you're like, oh, we like that excitement. Like he
there's
brings
an energy and like a youth that he brings.
I've seen some of his clips, and he did a really nice, like, he's a really elite point guard. Like on it, like, And there are good point guards, but like he does it with such like finesse. You're just like, yo, like
Yeah,
we
he's
like that in the game. We love that in the game. Like
youngest person ever to get a triple double in the NBA.
that's an incredible feat. That's
yeah,
incredible.
freaking 19-year-old kid.
Yeah,
Right there.
super good. Hopefully he can bring them to the playoffs and farther. Because like they were only one game away from the play-in, and pretty much like it was just like, yo, like Hornets are looking pretty good.
I mean, speaking of Jordan, I mean that's Michael's team. You know.
Yeah. Hopefully
he owns that team.
Yeah, hopefully he can. Hopefully he can do good. But yeah, there's only 6 players. I really want to say 6 that are signed to the Nike because like LaMelo has Puma, and there are other players that have like Kawhi Leonard's New Balance. Somebody else's New Balance too. No, his New Balance. Steph Curry is Under Armour. And there are other players that have their own like things, but like not Nike. But
yeah, you think we're gonna get to see LeBron play with his son?
Maybe. You know, his son actually just signed a Nike contract too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because now players can do like their likeness at the NIL or whatever, so now they get paid for that. And
yeah,
so,
you can do it at whatever age now.
Yeah, as long as you get like a contract and stuff. Yeah, there are kids right now who are like 15, 16 that are in high school that have kids. That. Yeah,
sponsored.
Which I think is really. I think that's really. They should have done that a long time ago.
Shit, why wouldn't you allow kids who are coming up the opportunity to learn the business side of it? You know.
Well, not only that, but like what was happening is like, imagine like schools are coming to watch you play, they're buying the tickets, whatever merchandise you have with that kid's name on it, they're buying it.
Yeah.
And that kid gets nothing except for granted I get it. Eventually the kid, if he's good enough to go on and play in the NBA and get guaranteed contracts, and make more money, but like. A lot of the schools were benefiting off the fact that these kids were, doing all this effort to maybe get a contract.
And then the kid would be penalized for
like getting a dinner
from it in any way.
Yeah. Like getting a dinner. Like there were so many stories out there where like, you couldn't even give the kid dinner.
Yeah.
But like it's not like he could work a full-time job. Like he's got to come out and and some people do it. Granted, some kids, they work a full-time job, do school full-time, do sports full-time. And it's like, but a lot of those kids get like burnt out. Like, you don't hear about it because no one wants to talk about it. But, it happens.
Yeah.
It sucks, but like now kids can they can enjoy some of that kickback.
Now they can actually get a benefit from it.
Yeah, and it's great. And school still gets their money. Kids getting their money and everyone's happy. People are showing up. The kid wants to actually be there and, do things. And, now you don't, because like now that kid gets injured, he has some money to back up. But like now, like, he can go a different route, But a lot of times kids were doing all this effort to maybe get hurt, maybe sign a contract. Just because you're good doesn't mean a team's going to be like, we want you. And that happens. Some kids are just so good. Teams like, I want you right now. But like, imagine that kid getting hurt and the scout's like, sorry, not anymore.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year, when you come back and we'll see how you do, Yeah. And like, we've heard that story so many times. Yeah. But like now the kid can't benefit from anything. You know.
It never did,
Yeah.
He's not going to make it to the next level.
And now like they have
advantage of it.
Like they have clauses and stuff, where if somebody gets hurt, they get money for it, because like you're doing something. And I don't think it's everybody, but there are things where like you can get money if like you were a star athlete and you get hurt and like you can't get drafted now, or you get drafted later than what, because like injured people still get drafted. It happens.
Yeah.
And because like you were just that good, and things you can't predict when you're gonna get injured, how you're gonna get injured.
Or you get
if that was the case, nobody would ever get injured. We'd see guys who got injured would still be playing in the NBA today and be like, "Yo, like crazy."
Or you get drafted and then you get injured in your second practice or something like that.
Oh yeah, and that happens, and there are clauses for that. Because like that kid Chet that like 7-footer, he's out for the whole season. You know, and like he was supposed to be like the next KD.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like, man, like now we gotta wait till next year to see him play.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, man, like preseason, like summer league, gone, injured himself, gone for the rest of the season. Like, it's just like, yo, like, boom, like that. He was thinking about going out there and scoring a triple double, not realizing his foot was gonna break on him and he's gonna be out for the whole season. Like, like, you know, it's like when I fractured my ankle.
Yep.
You know, that thought didn't even cross my mind. Like, oh, today I'm gonna fracture my ankle. Yeah, I'm gonna do it right here, right now. Like, nah. Like, I went up to go block a ball and landed on the kid's foot wrong, and boom, I was on the sideline for 2 months. I'm just like, yo,
snap, crackle, pop.
Yeah,
broken
like,
ankle.
boom, just happened like that. I'm just like, okay, well, cause like leading up to me not even realizing I fractured my ankle, that day was going so good. Like, I think I got off work, like had lunch, went home, you know, was like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym, you know, laced up, you know, made some jokes on Snapchat, you know, whatnot, got to the gym, like warmed up, you know, was feeling good, you know, some exercise other than work, you know, just not really thinking about anything else, just watching the ball go in the hoop, you know, just getting momentum from that.
It's always the best day ever. You got so much excitement.
And just playing, just, you know, it was a good day. It was a great day, you know? And boom, you know, I go home and like, sorry, boss, can't come to work. Like, messed up my ankle, like, really bad.
Hey, guess what? I can't walk.
Going to the emergency room tomorrow, fracture my ankle, sorry. Like, I'll be out of work for 2.5 months, you know?
Oopsie.
Couldn't drive my own car for 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months.
Yep.
Like, I'd have like somebody drive my car so I could go places. Like, I didn't want that to happen. Like, you know, I had no idea I was gonna fracture my ankle out there. I would have been like, no, let me fracture it next week.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a little inconvenient right now.
Yeah, because like was about to start the podcast, had to wait until I got that fixed. You know, I'm just like, man, I'd have a shop right now.
Yeah.
If like, let me fracture my ankle next week after I sign this contract.
Yeah.
Let me fracture my ankle next week. No. We're going to fracture it right now and you can't sign the contract because you can't walk.
Nope.
I'm like, great. Yeah. I'm like, nah, okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, you sound like LaMelo. He's cracking his ankles.
I'm just like, man.
But you're back at it now. You're playing Frisbee out there the other day.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that again.
Oh, no.
For a while.
Oh, no.
At least probably another, like, 2 months. Yo, I was
2
so
months.
sore.
It's going to be sore. It's going to be sore. That doesn't mean it's hurt, though. That just means you got to keep... you got to ice it and heat it and stuff.
It hurt. Like, I was limping the next day.
Yeah, it will be. It will be.
Yeah, no, like, it was hurting.
But you got to ice it and heat it and get back at it and make it strong again.
No. That's what walking around is for. Like I can barely like tiptoe, like I can't jump or like run. Like I shouldn't have been running, but I did.
Yeah, no, especially with those the tree roots and everything around you.
Yeah. No, it was not. No. It was fun though. It was really good.
Yeah,
I still have the Frisbee sitting at the house.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You stole it, dude? That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean some guy gave it away. I don't know.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, yeah. That's where it came from. Was some guy.
It was a party favor?
I guess so. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I just know like the other people playing Frisbee golf were looking at us and they're like, wait, we have the same one. But like they obviously it wasn't theirs.
And everybody in our party was like, we want to play Frisbee golf too.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it was so weird. Like that Frisbee golf seems really fun though. Mm-hmm. Like especially if you're like good at it, you're just like hole in one.
Yeah, it's something to do, something to spend time on, and to get out and like walk.
It was
around
a nice
and
area
be active,
too. Yeah, it was a nice area. It wasn't like run down. Like the chains were like good. Everything was like good.
They usually have them at like nicer parks and like nature walks and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
You can. Have you ever seen clips of people who are like really, 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 really good? You're just like, yo, like we're like
wicked.
You literally see it just. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, the curve.
Yeah.
And you just see it like they start really high and you just
Yeah.
You're just like, yo.
It's like skimming the ground, and then it just
It just
rises
shoots
or what-
right up
yeah.
because like the gut, like how it's spinning the vortex underneath, it boom pushes
Yeah.
it right up. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah,
Supreme needs to drop a disc golf disc.
you know they might drop a frisbee. I don't
That'd
know.
be cool.
Maybe they already have. Maybe it's
Yeah.
just like one of those older pieces.
Yeah, I think it's a keychain tomorrow, isn't it?
I don't know. I kind of looked at tomorrow. I just know I'm not going for anything tomorrow because it doesn't. I don't have
Those the elephant letter tees look really nice too.
Oh yeah, I saw that. The black one looked cool.
Yeah, both of them look nice. Look pretty nice actually.
Yeah, the black one was super
I
cool.
like those. How much
For
are those?
sure.
Those are like
78?
98.
98?
98.
Okay, that's not
I think
bad
those
at all.
will sell out.
It'll maybe certain sizes. I don't know that every size will.
You don't think so?
No. For some reason, between the t-shirts and like the tops, cause like that's considered a top, not so much a t-shirt.
Oh really?
I believe so, cause like if you're like,
What makes it a top? Breast pocket?
I have no idea I don't know how they like do the subs after that.
You guys gotta chime in. What's the difference between a top and a t-shirt?
Cause like a lot of their t-shirts are like the photo tees, and then like the tops. Cause like if you go to Supreme, like their website right now on their mobile app, like they have like the sets broken down,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, that should have been a top, but like
Yeah, they've got like t-shirt,
And-
shirts,
and
tops.
tops.
Yeah.
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 So I think like the tops is like a whole different like material and design of the t-shirt of like a shirt.
A little bit thicker.
Probably a little bit thicker and like how it fits probably too.
Yeah.
Because like t-shirts are normal t-shirts, you know.
Yeah.
But like I've never bought for personal anyway like a shirt out of the category top. I don't know.
The tops category.
And usually cuz like that's how you also know is like the retail is higher.
And then the some shirts are in accessories. Like the Hanes package shirts.
Yeah,
those
the
are in
Hanes
accessories. Too.
Yeah, cuz like they're not like
It's not
not
a
necessarily
t-shirt either.
Yeah, no, it's like not necessarily like a t-shirt or a top, but it's the
Or a
accessories.
shirt.
Because like they restock them like randomly throughout the season. They don't have like specific times for them, and sometimes they won't restock at all.
Yeah.
So like long term, like those tend to do really well because the retails are really cheap. They're like $30, I think.
Yeah.
So other than that, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that catches us up from the past few weeks of Supreme and for tomorrow's drop. I think I'm gonna go for I might go for the elephant Supreme letter T, but I think I'm definitely gonna go for that white box logo hat.
Yeah,
And then my second click will be the red one if I don't get the white one. But I think my first click is gonna be that white.
Now, what size do you want to go for? Because there's gonna be different sizes of hats.
I don't know. I'm thinking probably a small medium or a medium large.
They go by
Oh, are they fitted like number?
I believe so. Yeah.
So probably like a 7 or 8 is a good average.
I think
7.5, 8 is probably average.
Let me check on stock real quick. Because I believe Supreme New Era hat. Oh, I spelled Supreme wrong. We'll do the Playboy box. Yeah, so depending on the actual hat. Oh wait, no.
7, 7.125, 7.5, something like that.
New Era logo. So like they usually do like 7, 7.125, 7.14, 7.375, 7.5, 7.58,
Mm-hmm.
7.75, 7.78,
Mm-hmm.
and then a straight 8.
Yep. So I'm thinking probably 7, 7.125, 7.25, 7 3/8, 7.5. Those are going to be all the average sizes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the average size of a hat, but
I know I wear a 7,
then
but
yeah, I would go
that
based
that
off
could be
that.
like a big woman's head or a small men's head, you know.
Yeah, you can go off what you wear pretty much.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
like a 7.5, 7, probably 7 and 5/8. I think is really common.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, 7. I think 7 3/8, 7.5, or like, and 7 1/8 are the
Seven
three
and
most common.
what do you think about 7 and 5/8?
I think it's more common than like a bigger size. Like it's more common than an 8. You
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my hat size would be. I don't. I just wear hats that
know.
like aren't
Do you
fitted.
when you wear a fitted or when you wear a snapback? Is it like all of the buttons snapped or like
No.
unsnapped?
It's not unsnapped, but it's definitely not all of them snapped.
It's like a good halfway. It's probably the
Probably.
same size head as me, like a 7, 7 1/8, something like
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. I've never really looked at a fitted hat because I'm just like most of the time fitted like because I don't wear those. I don't wear that design of hat anywhere. I like 5 panels a lot, so I wear mostly like obviously I wear
Snapbacks and
no actually I don't know any snapbacks.
no.
No, I never really did because I growing up I never really wore hats and now I'm more of a hat wearer because like now I have a lot of hats but like I have a few like simple ones. I have a one that I personally tie-dyed myself that came out really good.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 Volkswagen hats that I got when I bought my car. They gave me like a whole like tote bag.
Okay, there you go.
So I have 2 of those
Exclusive.
that I wear occasionally, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm that guy. Because you know how
Volkswagen.
people wear like BMW hats and they have BMWs.
Yeah.
I wear my
I'm
Volkswagen
the
hat.
Volkswagen guy.
Yeah. And so it's really nice. It's a tan hat, so it's like and it's got like the Fiat like the
Yeah.
Volkswagen logo, and it's actually a nice hat. So I have 2 of those. But yeah, I have a bunch of hats.
But for me, there's nothing better than the way that perfect fitted hat fits your head. You know,
Yeah.
just the way it feels all the way around. Sometimes there'll be a snapback where that one button is too loose and then the next button's too tight, and
Yeah,
you
that's
can't, you
gotta be
just
so-
can't meet
that's
in the
gotta be so
middle.
weird,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And you gotta like curve the bill to make it the hat like a little bit longer or whatever and shit like that. But sometimes you get that perfect fitted hat where it just fits snug around your head all the way around, and that's what I love. Just
Yeah, I think
the
people like
perfect
that
fitted
flat
hat.
bill more than anything,
Yeah.
right? Just how like that clean.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
not the folding. It's not you're not having to do anything. It's just boom on.
Yeah.
There you go.
and it fits
And it looks
perfect.
good forward or backwards.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. That is one thing about fitted hats; they look better backwards.
most hats tend to look better backwards. I don't know what it is. It's just
Yeah, it's a good style.
yeah.
It's a good style.
I've been told that a lot about myself.
I don't know. It depends on your head too.
Yeah, I don't
Like if
really.
you have a more square head, then it looks better like forward. But if you have more of like an elongated type of shape head, then it looks better backwards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
you
what
know
I've-
what's really convenient about a backward wearing hat though, is that if you're in the car or if you have something that like is against where you have to like kind of like lean up
Mhm.
against it, and like what happens like because like sometimes I'll be
Smush.
wearing a hat, and I have to like, and I really want to wear it backwards for a bit, and so like I have to like wear it backwards, and then fold the hat downward, so it's just kind of like
Mhm.
it's not on my head anymore. It's kind of like it's still on my head, but facing downward is kind of like back and up,
Yeah.
and so it's like weird. I'm just like okay,
Yeah, and you're like crunching the hat while you're
yeah,
leaning
you're kind of
back
like
on it.
yeah, and I'm just like maybe yeah, okay,
Maybe I'll
just
just
wait.
put it on forward
Yeah,
while I
then
lean
just
back.
okay. Because like sometimes like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but
So maybe I'll just go for a size 7 because that's the size I wear. Maybe I'll just go for a size 7 white box logo hat, and
yeah, depending on what size they have, yeah.
if
I don't
it
know
doesn't
what size
resell
they
in
do.
like 6 months, then I'll just start wearing it
No, if it doesn't resell in like a month.
a month.
6 months. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna hold on to it as long as I can in hopes that
You're trying to build
sell.
a house, my boy?
I'm trying to trade it up to a house.
I'm trying to buy. Somebody made a joke earlier in our like cook group, and somebody was like, "What'd he say?" He was like, "I have an ego protect." Oh, because we were talking about bricks. And what'd he say? Let me find it. Oh no, that's not it. Let me see. Oh, he said, we were talking about bricks, and he's like, "Word, I have an ego to protect. I sit on my bricks till I needed to donate them." Because like in the community, like whether you're a really good reseller, a bad reseller, or like you're just like so crazy, there's always a shoe that somebody has that is considered a brick.
Yeah, it just won't sell. Yeah.
It just will not sell no matter what you do. You're trying to you're trying to make something. You can't even make you can't even make $10 on the shoe.
Yeah.
You can't even get rid of it for what you got it for.
Yeah, and you might as well donate it because if you sell it, you're gonna take a loss.
You're just like whatever. So like, he's like, "I have an ego to protect, and I will hold this shoe till I die." And sometimes I'm like that, but like I'm just like, get this out of my hands, because like and I only do that when I'm trying to get a shoe that I really want, and I know that person's trying to offload their bad shoe with their good shoe, but like you get it for such a good price, you're just like whatever, and it won't sell, or it won't sell for what you want it to sell for, but like you still got that good shoe that you can sell for way more. And then like that other shoe just becomes like whatever.
Yeah.
And so like I do that, and that's how like I get bad pairs. But I'm just then like after so many months of making money on those good pairs, I'm just like whatever.
The other pairs
take
are
them.
Gone and forgotten.
Just take them, yeah. I have like 2 or 3 pairs right now that I've been slowly getting rid of.
Yeah.
Like I just not got rid of. Obviously, like I'm making money on them. But I just sold a Jordan 1 Game Royal, which like. Low key, it's not a brick, but it is. Like nobody really wants them because they're from 2017, 2018. People would rather have the black and blue pair, which is not the Game Royals, but they're the Royals. And it's a different colorway, but it's a better colorway. It's a better material, better quality. And like I tried selling this shoe for like 3 months, 4 months, and I just could not get rid of them whatsoever. Yeah. And I finally did. I sold them through Goat, and I actually made like 60 extra bucks than I would have when I was trying to sell them. What I was trying to get rid of them for.
Wow.
So.
How'd you do that?
Well, like Goat is a little bit different than StockX. It's a little bit. It's a little bit. The market on Goat tends to be a little bit higher than StockX. So a lot of times you can get pairs from StockX and sell them on Goat, depending on the shoe. That's not always the case, but like you can make money going between apps. But if that's the type of seller you are, But yeah, just posting on the app, and they take their fees like 9.5% plus $5, and then like 2.5% for like deposit and whatnot. So like another like $10, if that. Might be another like $5. But yeah, I ended up selling them for like $370. No, I sold them for $415 and I got $370. So, which I already made. I made my money on them. I made like $90.
Yeah.
So it's an extra $50 from what I was trying to sell them for $325. Nobody wanted them. I'm like, whatever. So I posted them on the app, and they sold within like an hour.
Jeez.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
So Goat's the way to go.
I just hate. Well, I don't like selling on apps. I really do not. It's like the last resort after like 6 months, because I'd rather sell them to an actual person that was like, oh, great shoe, great price, I'm gonna come back. Yeah. Because first of all, I get the money quicker. I get the money instantaneous. With Goat, I have to wait for them to get authenticated, which I already know they're real. And then I gotta wait for them to ship them out, and then I get paid, and then I gotta wait another 2 or 3 days after that. I'm like, man.
Yeah, it's an annoying process.
So it's just an annoying process. Well, like, yeah, because, like, I tend to forget about it, and then when I'm, like, the money, I'm like, oh, I got money, cool. And
What's this
so,
for?
yeah, what did I sell again? Oh, yeah, okay. But, well, also through the apps, like, if you do so much money, you have to get, like, you have to file a 1099 and this and that, so.
Yeah.
That's another thing why I try
And
to
start
avoid
paying
them.
taxes.
Yeah, it's, ugh. I already have to do that with eBay, so I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why I try to avoid. That's why I try to do cash sales a lot, or like Zelle sales, Cash App, Venmo, stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's why I
seems
try
like
to.
the way
That's
go.
why I try to sell person to person more than apps, because like you can hit that threshold of $600 so quick now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made an extra like $60 from what I was. No, an extra $45.
There you go.
So I'm just like, word, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then like somebody wanted them the next day. I'm like, nah, they're gone. Like, sorry.
Gonzo.
I shipped them out that day. Like, see you later. Peace out. Like,
Yeah, now you say something.
yeah. I'm like, cause like I was talking. I actually just connected with a guy who is a shop owner, and he was like, oh yeah, he's like, great price. I might come back and buy them. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Just let me know. And I didn't post it on Go. And I told him like, hey, I'm probably gonna post them on Go. This is what I'm probably gonna get for him. And I ended up getting that. And he's like the next day, he's like, you still got those pairs? I'm like, nah, dude, sorry.
No, they
I
gone.
sold them for this, and he's like, well, if you have any Panda Dunks, and I'm like, Panda Dunks, really?
Should just keep a pair of Panda Dunks on deck.
You know why I hate Panda Dunks?
Why?
So the first time when they first came out, I ended up buying a pair, like in the secondary market off some guy for like $200.
Jeez.
They ended up restocking, like they announced a restock like the next day. And you know what happened? Like, I think I ended up losing like $20. So I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know they were going to be restocking like 10 million bazillion times. So every time someone asked me about it, I'm like, no, I stopped buying them because they restock every like 3 months, 2 months. I'm like, they're sitting at like 160 now. I'm like, yo, like I can't hit them for retail, and I'm not gonna buy them in the secondary market anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I'm straight up honest about it.
They're worth getting if you can get. Like,
if you can get them for retail at $100, yes.
Yeah.
But I learned my lesson after that, and that was like the second restock. And I'm like, yo, because like I ended up selling, like I've made money on them. I sold one pair for like $250.
Yeah.
But that's when like that was before the first restock, and that was before the second. And I'm like, okay, this wave is gonna be good for a while. No,
every time
boy, was I wrong.
The value goes down.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, like this is crazy. So I just stopped buying because I'm like, they're gonna restock in like next month.
Yeah.
And they're literally restocking in like 2 days.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, like, what? How are people still making money on this shoe?
That's why you hate Panda Dunks now.
Dude, I hate Panda Dunks. The only Panda Dunk I wish I had was the championship one, which is that gold one.
Yeah.
That's the only one I wish I had.
I like that one.
I tried buying a pair off someone actually, and they were too firm on their price.
Really?
I tried, yeah.
Non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
Jeez.
They were about like $10. I'm like, bro, what am I gonna do with $10? Tell me, please.
I'll move $10 for
Because I was trying to get another pair too, and he just was not having it. I'm like, all right, let me know if you change your mind.
Stickler.
Yeah, some people are, and it's whatever. I try to be funny.
Respect it, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I do the same thing, so I can't be mad. But I was just like, come on, man. Come on.
Move $20, $25.
You try to be persuasive and you try to be funny at the same time,
And they're not eating it.
They're just not eating it. Some people you can be like, yo, like, come on, man. Come on.
They're like, all right, I got you.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much ends.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's a battery running low sound.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know how loud that might have been or how piercing that might have been.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that ends this episode.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about. We just had a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, it's just a lot of catching up.
A lot of catching up on Supreme.
Yeah, next week should be more of a. We'll talk about all the street, because we'll just talk about the cactus plant flea market next week.
Yeah, and it'll be more
More in
hype, and
depth
we'll talk about
it,
stuff, more things moving forward. We kind of had to play some catch up about the past couple weeks, and it's good that we had that drop tomorrow to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and a good, interesting drop to look forward to tomorrow morning. But other than that, man, I think that wraps up episode 5.
I think it does. Yeah.
You know, we had a good one.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. That's all for me.
Yeah.
I'm Drew Gill, and I'm your co-host with your host John Gonzalez, and we are Hyped Lounge, and we are out.
Peace.
Everybody have a good night. Thank you for listening again. Keep tuning in. Give us feedback.
Peace.
Thank you guys.
Peace out.